Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ray Dolan from Mullingar in Mullingar, and we are in Columbia because on the 29th of this month there is a special event at 7 o'clock. It's the Westmeath Filmmakers Collective Network Party, and it's going to be a big event here, and we're really looking forward to it. It's just in the middle of Christmas, which is actually a good time to get people together because people are home and they're coming from all different directions. They're coming in from whether they're abroad, but it's really to encourage people to get involved in film here in Westmeath. And I'm here with the man himself, Liam Hall Walsh, and what a legend it is, and he is. Liam, great to see you, and you're looking extremely cool, boss.
Thanks man, same to you,
Liam, we're in here in Columbia, we're in the front area, the music's playing, even got flowers and all ready for you here. What's been happening since we spoke to each other last?
Well, everything and anything.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything. Yeah. So since the last seen you was September, we last spoke.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to pre-produce a couple of different shorts, working extensively with Wiltshire Productions. Of course, you've worked with us before, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
We have we've 2 films in post-production coming out in 2023. I'm very excited to share with everyone. The lads will come out next year. Of course, we spoke about the lads, you know, big Westmeath film event picture. So excited. That's next year, and that's a collaboration between Westmeath Productions and I. So it's all good on that front, yeah, with the projects, yeah, and there's more projects on the line as well. So
and how are you surviving? How are you surviving since then?
So yeah, in terms of
finance, we all have to finance.
Oh yeah, well, I've been on a lot of sets recently as an extra.
Go on.
Yeah, I was standing beside Lindsay Lohan there a few weeks ago.
Go on.
In Temple Bar.
Yeah.
For her film Irish Wish. Yeah, and it was gas. Yeah, it's just doing from set to set to set to set.
Right.
I got a big gig there recently. I was an elf in Croke Park in the GA museum. So the GA had this Christmas experience.
Right.
And they built like a grotto and a forest in one of the pre-match workout areas with the fake grass.
Yeah.
And so I've just been an elf for the past month. Just finished.
You're a very tall elf.
I know. All the kids were like, "Did you know where's your elf ears?" You know, they're very skeptical, but it was great, and yeah, it was very GA looking after us very, very well, and it was a great gig. Yeah.
So you're managing to connect up all the different films that are going around. How do you make sure that you're not off for 3 days or 6 days or 4 days?
Yeah, it's mad. So the way it is you kind of have to take the work as it comes. You know, for example, they sent me the email about doing the GA elf. It was like 12 days across. November, December, weekends predominantly.
Yeah.
And you just have to say yes, because you might not get something that'll come up, you know. And you might get another gig, and you might have to just say no to that.
And is this through a company or
it's
is it
Movie Extras? Movie
right.
Extras actually, they're very good, and they're building more and more and more, and they're having more. So they're signing more productions in 2023. So any people who want to get some casual work, or elderly people who just want something to do, or people who have aspirations of being an actor or a director or writer, Movie Extras is great. I actually there was a Westmeath girl who was one of the elves. She's with Movie Extras, but she was an assistant director on a TV series called Sanctuary. Niamh O'Malley is her name.
Wow.
And she got, I think, a substantial amount of work from that, a substantial amount of days from that. So that was a Westmeath woman, Mullingar woman, on a big American show.
Happy days, yeah. We're not holding you up there yet. You're able to get in, just push back them seats or whatever. So, as I say, with the acting business, it's like every business. We have to take what we get, and keep heading for the big star. You know.
Yeah.
Now, the most important thing is you want to promote is the 29th of December here in Columbia.
Yeah.
What exactly is the mission of Westmeath Filmmakers Network Party?
Yeah.
Or Collective Party?
Yeah, so the Westmeath, we've just established the Westmeath Filmmakers Collective, and obviously Ray we spoke about before. I've been wanting to do it for a very, very long time, and this networking event, this party, whatever you want to call it, is basically the first instigation of this filmmaking collective, and it's all about trying to instigate an independent filmmaking culture in Westmeath, because we don't have one.
It's a big call, boss.
Well, I think I'm the man to do it, and myself and Gemma Curran are co-organising the event. Gemma is an established Westmeath actor. She was in Stitch, she was in Moon Boy,
Wow.
so she's going to be there, she's co-organising the event, and she's going to be holding a talk on how to represent yourself as an actor, because she's self-represented, she doesn't have an agent.
Wow.
She's able to get consistent gigs, and
She must be borrowing that phone out and sending emails and chasing people non-stop. Like, that's a big call, not without an agent.
That's it's kind of the nature of the act being an actor.
Yeah.
You're constantly on one side of an email and never on the other side. It's like the abyss that you never hear back.
What's the easiest way to get through then? Is it email, or is it TikTok, or is it WhatsApp, or is it?
I think everyone has an individual experience.
Yeah.
And not everyone's experience is going to be the same. Some people never train. And do one audition and they get their big break. Some people, it takes them years and years of grafting, grinding, but they eventually get it. So it's every situation is individually unique, I would say.
And as well as that, I mean, you have to look good. I mean, you can't come in looking in bits like wrecked and overweight. And
I suppose if that's the character you're playing, though.
That's true, yeah. Character acting, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? It's not called character acting, is it? As opposed
you could be
method acting.
You could be a character actor where so you're not typecast. That's what you're talking about. If someone's typecast, they fit into this box of, like, for example, like there's a stereotype of the funny fat guy. Jack Black is like typecast as the funny fat guy. So that's or The Rock, Dwayne Johnson is the action guy, lead. So like typecasting, might be more of a character actor. So each character.
In the future, do you see yourself as a solo actor? Do you see yourself as a director? Do you see what way do you see yourself in the future? Next 5 years.
So for example, Neve, who I mentioned before, she's a qualified actor. She does AD on the side to help fund her career. So
AD, what's AD?
Assistant directing. So
with who?
She did it. She does multiple projects, but she just finished with Sanctuary, which was a massive American production that's on AMC, which is a big American network.
Yeah.
It's going to be a massive show, and like that was a substantial role she had. But the industry at the moment demands you to be multifaceted. You can't just be an actor anymore.
Yeah.
You kind of. It would be in your interest to try and upskill and try to have as many different parameters with your skills.
So when you go into your man and you say, I want that job, and he says, yeah, but what can you do for me? And you say, well, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Now, in a way, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you take on 5 different jobs on one project, you're flat out, boss.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, I think that's kind of what ADs do, assistant directors do.
Yeah.
I just did a course, and any actors who are watching this, I fully recommend. He's running another course in January, I believe. I just did a course with Terry McMahon.
Oh, Terry, Mullingar man.
Yeah, the film director, brilliant, fantastic. Best acting. I've been training for 3 or 4 years.
Good man.
Without a doubt, he's the best I've ever worked with.
Why?
Because he's fearless in the pursuit of trying to get the best performance out of an individual. And
he put you through the ringer, would he?
Yeah, to a degree, but he's changed my perspective on how I should think about making choices when looking at a character, which is so vital and so important. It basically makes you more unique and stand out more at an audition, which increases the chances you're going to be cast in something.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the latest you've been cast? Apart from the Elf? Have you anything coming up now in the new year?
I recently just got an agent, so I'm with an agency. I'm with Actors Agency. I've just done headshots, so we're putting a package together slowly, so then I can push that out to casting directors and be competitive in auditions.
So does that mean that you have to leave the country?
Well, I mean, each gig is different, but it could happen. But at the moment, my agent's an Irish agent, so I'm going to be looking to be competitive for Irish acting roles.
You says that you want to create a culture of acting. Is there many people that are acting in the Midlands?
Yes, there's so many, and this is I suppose this is why I've sort of pushed myself more into trying to do this, because I didn't realise exactly how many talented people there are out there in your locality, and how many people who have the interest and the passion. But when there's no avenue, there's no supports, and there's no facility for this passion, it just goes by the wayside. So myself, Gemma, we want to start creating these avenues You know, I want to certainly create down the line Mullingar Film Festival. I want to create a Midlands Kino. I want all these things to happen, and I think the potential is there. And all we need is for people just to come together, meet, collaborate, start making films.
As well as that, if someone wants to contact you, there's an email. It's liam12hotmail at .com?
If anyone wants to contact me, they can. It's liam12hall at hotmail.com.
Okay, I wrote that down wrong.
We just set up a new Instagram, Westmeath Filmmakers Collective. So we'll be putting out announcements about what guest speakers will be here on next Thursday, and sort of upcoming events in the future. So for all the information on independent filmmaking in Westmeath, I think Westmeath Filmmakers Collective on Instagram is essential, it's vital.
Legendary. We have friends looking in here from all angles. As I said, we got the background here, and Liam's looking like a superstar home from a world tour at Christmas, and friends are looking in there, and Brendan Quaid is saying happy Christmas, Ray. Hello to you, Brendan. Karina Ball is looking in from Holland. Hello to you. We've a lot of people watching in. Kay Whelan says hi. And who else do we have? A lot of people are sending emojis, and Buddy Dixon is looking in there as well. One of the best cleaners in the town. It's a clothes cleaner, not an ordinary cleaner, and they are up in the green, so big shout out to you. Jim Ginnell is wishing us a happy Christmas from Richmond, and Mullingar man, great character altogether. And Sally Taylor is, and to you, Jim, so they're all having a chat here. They're all on the bus. So that's our full crew looking in, but this is Liam Hall Walsh, and he's had an event on the 29th of this month, which is only next week, 7 o'clock here in Colombia. And we just turn our cameras like this and like this and like this, and then I end up there and he ends up here, and this is Colombia, and that is some of the information. It's a Sunday. Oh, what's going on? Sunday too. Oh, there's events, yes. So every day Colombia. It's Colombia. It's on Mount Street, right beside the legendary Roma Cafe.
And Joe
on the right, and the Roma Cafe on the left.
Absolutely. And there's a night of comedy following the event at 9 p.m. So there'll be comedy after there'll be a night of comedy in Colombia. Happy days.
Now you're a young man. What connection would you have, or what memories would you have with Joe Dolan?
Do you know what? I actually love Joe Dolan.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a lot of people like, do you like Joe Dolan? It's like, I do. I often listen to Sister Mary.
Go away!
Yeah, I do. I love that song.
Wow.
I'm a big fan. My mum obviously listened to him a lot growing up.
Yeah. I met your mother actually.
Yeah.
In Duns one day.
Yeah, she was telling me, yeah. No, I love Joe. I think Joe is probably the greatest performer that Mullingar has ever seen, in terms of a pure performer, showman, energy, charismatic. I think he was enigmatic. But I love the songs. I love listening to Goodbye Venice.
Goodbye Venice, yeah. Some song.
Good Looking Woman. I love his cover of Little Green Bag.
Yeah.
No,
I did a good job on that.
Yeah. I genuinely love listening to Joe Dolan. Yeah. I really do. And
what age are you now?
21.
Legend. Look, Liam, thanks a million for meeting up with us here in Colombia. Don't forget that event is on in Colombia, folks. It's coming up, and if you have an idea that you want to come on board, or you want to get down here and just call in and have a look, or the most important thing is to connect with people. If you're into that idea of something that's involved in the music business, or involved with like we're always encouraging music, and now we have Liam Hall Walsh who is encouraging film.
Yes, absolutely.
To me, film, I am more visual. I like the idea of a picture. I like the story. I like the connection with people through visual.
Yes,
and it's a huge medium, and we've got this Omniplex now in Mullingar.
We'll have to get you the cameo in one of the upcoming films. We'll get you a role. We'll have to make Ray a movie star as well as a music star. Absolutely. And for anyone that's confused on the event, we'll be having updates over the next few days about who the guest speakers, and I would really implore not only filmmakers but actors, because we're going to have information on headshots show reels, you know, how to manage the industry, how to, you know, how to promote yourself. So we'll have different specialized speakers for all those different things.
Yeah,
So
and they're important things
they're
because
so important.
And
So
like fair
important.
enough, you say I want to be this, but if someone doesn't show you the path,
Exactly. Well, this networking event is not only about obviously meeting, forming connections that then go on to, you know, be potential film, you know, productions and, you know, films that are made. That's important, but it's also very, very important for us to showcase and establish and show people how exactly you can navigate the acting, screen acting, filmmaking industry, and how you can then go about making your own connections and getting your own paid jobs and trying to make it a career for yourself.
so
we'll
it's
have,
veterans, beginners, novices,
yeah, anyone,
film,
anyone,
acting, I'll come along.
anyone can make a film. As I've said this before. So if anyone has any sort of passion or love for film, please come down, because you may not know, like, you could be making a film in the next 6 months. You never know what could happen.
And it could be a huge joke.
Could be, you don't know.
You were saying that Ireland is becoming a very important part of the film industry. Why is that?
Well, Hammer Lake is going to provide a platform for certain studios, because of the sheer scale of Hammer Lake, it can hold productions that other studios simply can't. Because like the big studio films like Disney films, they need certain heights of sound stages to build their massive sets. So that's obviously going to change things for the town and the county. So, and there's more studios being built around Ireland, but Hammer Lake in terms of sheer scale is going to be massive. So it's going to have the capabilities to hold these sort of productions. And these productions, if you see in Enniskillen out in Wexford, not in the Wicklow, that really changed that town. And there was only one production, they had one Disney film. So who knows, we could be having Disney films, Marvel films, who knows? I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I don't know, maybe.
There you are, folks. We're going to wrap it up. I'm just going to head off here and just show you, folks, that this is where we are. We're in Columbia, and very interesting because here it was in Midland Hotel, and let me see, just turn our cameras around there. In the Midlands Hotel, it was called then, and this is where Ceoltas and the Ceoltóirí Éireann. So there's a lot of history going on here in Columbia, and if you are doing, and if you're interested in becoming a film star or a film star, an actor or whatever, the event is on here on the 29th at 7 o'clock. So try and make it if you can. You're not going to miss anything, or you're not going to lose anything by coming down here.